Yes. Hello. So even though I haven't really streamed this run since I did all that, I've put a few hundred hours into the game since then, like working on this run. There are things I'm working on off camera too that are secret that I don't want to show anyone until I put the map out for other people. Like I could say, like, I'm not really much of a streamer. You know, I dabble in streaming, but I actually prefer to do a lot of things off stream. Okay. So what I want to start with first, especially with this run, like I find this run very difficult to stream. Because I'm somebody who, I'm comfortable when I can do things slowly at my own pace and like don't have to worry about like being entertaining or anything like that. So when working on this run, I just stand around a lot and think, and I'm like, okay, and then I like put things together, work on certain things. But you know, like working on stuff in this run is like, it's very difficult stream content, you know? Quite difficult. Meh. Alright. Schmick. So, first thing I want to do, not that I'm expecting anything from this, but I want to put this bag of, like, every powder. It's like a bunch of powders, not every single powder. The only powders that are not in this are, like, the super rare, like, soils and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy doing this, but, you know, in order to focus on not blowing everything up, like, I need to not stream it sometimes. It's kind of very difficult to, like, stream Noita very conservatively, you know, without breaking everything and, like, focus on that while, like, chatting and stuff. And I do this constantly, you know, I just, like, clean up little by little. But I mean, I just need breaks from it. I took like a long break from it on stream, pretty much, because it becomes overwhelming on stream. Yeah, they are. The engine calls them powders, so they are powders. The seeds, the only thing that's not in this bag are these. So like, this is spore. Oof, I gotta move some of these. So we got spore, that's the most recent thing I just got. And then like different kinds of soil, fungal soil, plant material, all these different, they're just like, you know, they're all different fungal spores and stuff. Different grasses and blah, 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 divine ground, you know. Just don't have that in this bag. I have mud, like all this stuff at the end. Hang on. Let me just move this over a little bit more. Because a lot of this run is also like maintaining. I gotta maintain the grounds. And that requires, you know, picking up everything and moving it over a little bit. Blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I know what, like, people watch like RimWorld and stuff like that, colony sims, and that stuff's very slow paced, blah blah blah. So I'm doing that in Noita pretty much. That's what this run kind of reminds me of. Hey T-Chat. Hi chat. I do need regular fungal spore. I keep getting that. This is a different one. I keep getting that and then breaking it in parallel worlds because I'm like, I don't need that crap. I already got that. But I do actually need to get a little bit more of it. And, you know, like the alchemy engine, the transmutation engine, duplicating any powder I want. I'm only really gonna do that, you know, because it does kinda take time to set up and clean up afterwards and blah blah blah. I could make just vast amounts of every powder, but if I don't have to do that, I'm not going to yet. Alright, so like all this stuff at the end is common things, except for the evergreen seed, which, whatever, is probably the most common of the rare materials you can get from blah blah blah, from the end of everything, or chests. Is it possible to your character unintentionally die? Yeah. I wouldn't reload a save, no. Yeah, I could die. I could kill myself. Damn table. Remember that now? I could kill myself, or I could die to poly. Even though I have poly immunity, it's still possible. I'm expecting an update to happen at some point, and then I have to restart this whole process. I mean, it would be cool if I didn't have to restart. Like, if the developers, if they were going to add any more materials, and they decided to... Because what happens is when they add any material, even one new material, they're listed alphabetically, like the internal name. This, instead of monstrous powder, that's what it's called in-game, but the internal name for this is what? Monster powder test? It's still M, but whenever they add even a single material, it gets stored alphabetically in the data, and then anything after that gets shifted by one. And so if you load a save after they add any new materials, anything you had out in the world is still itself, but things get all glitchy. And then also, like, anything you had in a bag or a flask becomes, it shifts to a new material. Where is this insider? What insider info? You mean like the data of the game from data mining? Everyone has the ability to data mine the game very easily. What's up, Young Wei? Like, the game comes packaged with a data decompiler for modding. So it's very easy to just open it up and look at everything. Oops. Here, can I grab that? It's nice. That's nice. Let's see here. Here, I could get it out with this. It's like Minecraft hardcore runs post-end, watching someone chip away at self-imposed grand scale goal. Reworked the alchemy system. You load in and suddenly there's void liquid all over the place. Yeah. So, like, the void liquid. That's one of my favorite things we've seen happening, is like this big chasm forming underneath my void liquid generator, because that's just the way the engine of the game, like when you... I'd like to get this thing out of here. Alright. Easy as that. Okay. Look, it's so saucy. That's crazy how it immediately upwarped. So this, inside this bag, we have every powder. We have, like, I don't know how many powders. Let's take a look at this. Let's see here. We have all of this for the, well, no, not all of it. We don't have, I don't think we have that in there. We have most of these, most of these, most of these. And then probably it, right? Yeah, like most of those powders. I forgot how many materials, and then like meat. We have all these different, well, toxic meat, slimy meat, and rotten meat are in there. Schmack. First time I came into this room, I was so confused why it was full of sand, because I only saw a screenshot of this room after the sand was removed. Yeah, because it's like, you know, you have to excavate it in order to do anything in this room, for the most part. I mean, you could use 4 from the right outside here. You could cast 4 long-distance casts and a teleport bolt to teleport into it, past all the sand. Why is there water? It's interesting that we have water inside of the bag. Right? Or was that... Alright. So I just wanted to do that, just to see. What was making water? Yeah, purifying powder. That's right. That's cool. What were we purifying? I guess, was there any liquid already in here? Like, what damaging powder, what powder does purifying powder turn into water? I know a purifying powder turns everything into water when it purifies it, but... That's cool. Alright. Wow, there's still all of that there. What the hell? We still have all those materials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so that's everything. Because the UI can list 16 materials. After 16, it doesn't list anymore. But we have 15. So we know that's everything that's in the bag. Nice. If you can get to the cauldron, you can get around the sand. Yeah. Uh-huh. So I kept all the sand in there for a really long time. And then I used the sun seed, maybe sunstone, to turn it all into fire. There's still a little bit of the sand left in there. This fucking thing. Yeah. Yeah, so this flask right here, there's more than 16 materials inside this. This is all the liquids. And I guess, you know, because I didn't care about any kind of reactions happening. So we do have smoke in there, and then there's rock, and, you know, other reactions just have happened inside this flask from just filling it with all different kinds of liquids. But there's still more than 16 materials in there total. Fungi, yeah, probably, yeah. Hello, Kinetic. I just want to play. I don't want to, like, I don't know. That's part of the reason why I don't like streaming it all the time, is because I need to focus on doing what I'm doing, and I don't like to just, like, answer questions constantly about it. I don't know. Let me see. Is the golden orb made out of just regular gold? I think so, right? Like, we can get these other materials. I can't get that anymore. This is completely... We'll never be able to get that, unfortunately. I should have thought about that earlier. Meh. That's some kind of box 2D metal. I guess we have one of these. I'm just scared of accidentally activating it. You know? So that's why I've been carrying one of these around to get this material, but I'll test that somewhere far away. The key, didn't I have a key for this reason? I think maybe the key disappeared. Gotta get another one of those. I'm gonna go to, like, Westworld in a little bit. The poop stone. Is the... I don't know. Is it the same material as this? It's not listed here, at least. But it's probably on the page for the actual item. Yeah. Schmack. Alright, let's see. What the hell is it even called? I don't even know. Goldstone. Noita. Shiny orb. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm allergic to fandom. Let's see. I'm just trying to scan. I know that the cruel orb is listed on this, or in the wiki, or the material for it. Cruel orb is... somewhere. Up here. Metal hard. Nice. We gotta get one of those. So I'm gonna have to trigger the Curse of Greed at some point. Far away from the lab, though. Hey, no one. How you doing? Streaming takes up valuable brain RAM you can put to doing thing. True. It's true. I just don't want to, like... I don't... You know, sometimes I want to just focus on what I'm doing. I don't want to, like, just answer questions, like, about things I did in the past or whatever. Or, like, did you make any discoveries? Like, I don't know right now. I'm too focused on this. Like, I don't want to think about, like, yeah, so... You know? Not right now. Not, like, right after I get started. Alright. Because this does, like, working on this takes a huge amount of, like, focus. So, keep that there, whatever. It's fine. This I'm not dropping. What? Do I have everything I need? I have this. We may cast End of Everything again. Let me just check. Make sure that's okay. I'm gonna go... I need to get another Sunseed because mine disappeared. Or despawned. My Sunstone disappeared. From this, probably, happening. This insane... whatever. Look at how deep it's getting. It's crazy. I'm just melting through the world with void liquid. Alright. Yeah, and I had the... I had 2 coup right here. And then I guess I dug this out. I had a Sunstone in here. And then even like the pieces of material that the, oh no, it was in here, that the sunstone are made out of, they were in here. But I guess the sunstone despawning made like the actual little slivers of material despawn as well, unfortunately. Which is dumb. Hang on. Had an appointment today. Went well. Nice. Hey, Gondola. Did you try X thing in Cauldron? See, I've in the past, a long time ago. See, okay. Let me just, we're gonna go to parallel now. Also, hopefully the stream doesn't crash. And that's the only time I'm gonna say it. Because for the last 3 months, my stream has been crashing like every time I stream. For stupid OBS reasons. Alright. Let's go this way. Schmack. So a long time ago, like after the Cauldron was first discovered, and I was doing vast amounts of experiments with it back then, 3 years ago, or however long it's been. Over 2 years ago, I guess? Yeah, it's vanilla. Completely vanilla. I put every liquid in the Cauldron. I put every powder in the Cauldron. Every material I could dump into the Cauldron, I put into the Cauldron. But I used a mod to cheat everything in. I used Cheat GUI mod. So I put every liquid, every powder, every enemy that could fit inside the Cauldron, I put every one of them in there. I brought every boss at the time and put them in the Cauldron. I put like every tablet into the Cauldron, every item. Hey, no, I took it seriously because it's serious business. Oh yeah. Hell's gold nugget, nice. But I mean, you know, that was a few years ago, and also I was using a mod to do it easily and just, you know, spawn everything in, so I could just check it off a list really quickly. Like, okay, I did that, I did that. I spent like a day doing it pretty much, or a couple days, a weekend. I put orbs in the Cauldron, I put, you know, a lot of things in there. But again, cheating them in. So who knows, since the Cauldron has anti-mod... Wait, did I already kill him over here? I think I did. We're going for the Forgotten boss. I don't have any black holes on me, I think. Well... Oh, hey, you are here. Hello. Come here. I don't have a fucking eye on me. Damn it. Whoops. Now. Stupid. Forgot about the most important thing. Hang on. Let's go down here. It's faster. Without any digging. And yes, I know you can kill him without the eye, but not consistently, really. All right. Teehee. So your fishing command hint for today. First word. Ooh, nice. The fishing command is 2 hints. I mean, 2 words. See what I mean? 2 words. First hint, first word is an instrument. Second word is a sea creature. What's up, Dance Master? seems like both normal and greed ones are metal hard. Okay, that's cool. Then I don't need to trigger the curse of greed, although I think I might want to, possibly. But I gotta like really think about how I want to do an order of operations with triggering that, you know? Because I don't want to obviously lead it here. All right, I need... Do I still have an eye? Did that despawn too? I hope not. Oh god. Oh, fucking meh. There was one here. Of course I have that. You know, that's still there. Man. Yeah, I had a bunch of items. Whoops. A bunch of items despawn. I probably saw, I don't even know how many. Probably like 6 or 7 eyes as I was, oh god. As I was going through Parallel Worlds, Meat Realms, looking for the refresh mimic. And I threw all the eyes gleefully into the pus and watched them all dissolve. Ah. If it's a 2-step process for the cauldron in a secondary location, that'd be crazy. I checked the start of the game, if nothing else. What do you mean? What if you have to put something in the cauldron and it makes something appear in Hills 2? Yeah, I think Hills 2, there's maybe something with Hills 2. It's like one of my little things I think about all the time, too. And then also, I think about the rock boss. Like, I think about the... Recently, I was brainstorming a video idea that I want to make at some point. Listing all of my favorite secrets in all of video games. Since, like, secrets are my favorite thing. So I'm, like, writing a list of my favorite secrets. Which includes the Golden Path from Tunic. Which is the soundtrack we're listening to right now. And... something from Fez. And... I think out of every secret in Noita, making a sun is amazing, but I think the ones that I enjoy the most, that I think is just really cool, more than making, I mean, I don't know, it's tough. Making a sun is awesome, but I think my favorite secret in the entire game is the temple quests. The whole quest line there where, you know, you explore the surface of the world, go to the desert, find this tower, get through the lava into the middle room, hear that cool, like, wah, 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 whatever, fanfare, trumpet, and then see the hint for the lake, see that there's something above the fish pond, go up there, find the temples, go through the temple quest line of, you know, piece by piece unlocking cessation. And then the whole thing, using cessation, extending the lifetime of cessation to find the message, and then finding the cessation cipher on the images, or the assets of the game. And then from there, solving the cessation cipher. Like, that entire process, I think, is like the coolest secret in the entire game so far. Because it involves like a really cool and easy enough and really well breadcrumbed secret quest line in the sky with all this new cool music and stuff, and like the best creature in the game, the mimics, the potion mimics. And then the one red herring, or kind of the thing that didn't lead anywhere, was the Kiwi boss. Why is the boss even there? Why is that entire temple even there? It has nothing to do with the rest of the quest, or does it? Or is it just... was it the intention to get cessation and then use cessation to defeat the boss? because that's like the easiest or whatever way to defeat the boss. Maybe, but I think like, why have that boss bound on the Y coordinate to the temple? Why have that? Because the boss, is it just that the boss has a tendency to jump out of the temple and they wanted to make sure it didn't just despawn easily? That like, oh, it just teleports back into the temple if it gets out, whatever. I don't know. I think like, you know, the rock boss being bound to that vertical coordinate, or vertical coordinate, I should say. And then the arrow, the lava arrow at the bottom of the watchtower, I think that those have something to do with one another. And I think it's telling us maybe to try to do something with the rock boss deeper in the world. It's like, bring the rock boss here, but how do you do that? And I tried, like, in this run, that's how my rock boss ended up despawning. We messed around with moving the rock boss along the X coordinate, and you can totally move it from what you can move it to a parallel world if you want, but it just will always, if it falls in the air, it just keeps teleporting up to that Y coordinate, whatever that coordinate is. I don't remember what that Y coordinate was, like, whatever. It just teleports back up to there. And then I used a Homebringer Wisp to teleport it into the cauldron, thinking like, all right, we're gonna teleport this fucker into the cauldron and solve the cauldron. And of course, it was in there for a split second, and then it teleports immediately back up to the Y coordinate, you know? So you can make a long platform, but it moves through the platforms. That's exactly what I did. It moves through the platforms as if they're not there. So you have to cover the platforms with a powder like sand I used, and then it just stops on the sand. What was I doing back down here? I don't even know. I'm just talking. I didn't even see the game this whole time. I'm just talking. Game's just like a blur of colors. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, looking for an eye, which I guess we don't have one. That's awesome. Well, I guess that's what I'm doing now. Because I need to kill the Forgotten many times, because there's a few different things I want to do with suns. That sucks. I wish that, you know, I know that we're playing the game in a way that's not really intended, but is it? You know, it's an open world physics simulation game with a roguelite inside of it. They had to know that people were gonna do stupid things like this, and like, just how long can I do a run? I just wish it was more stable. I guess if we would have put the eye on top of these platforms. These infinite platforms, by the way, are like the most stable way to store anything, any kind of physics object. Otherwise, you're gonna have a problem with items despawning and stuff. Or like down warping, up warping, and then you're gonna lose them. This even, I gotta do something with the dark chest. It might be gone. And then the Mimicium, the potion mimics, if you have them, even if you do like potion rain or potion mimic rain or whatever, and they're up at the mountain altar. There's a few, three or four that spawn, and you just leave them up there. They're eventually all gonna break or despawn. But in here, this guy is nice. This guy is safe. Like, it's not gonna despawn unless the platforms despawn, which infinite platforms despawn sometimes. We don't really know why completely yet, but yeah, like all of these platforms, everything that I have all my flasks on, eventually all the flasks are gonna break, probably. I'll reload a backup if that happens. But, you know, because that's kind of like something that you know, if I die, we're dead forever. Run over. Anyway, let me get my black hole wand, I guess. This sucks. Meh. Is my poop stone even still here? Oh, I don't think the poop stone is here anymore either. Damn. Yeah, that's why no more is being made. The poop stone's gone. shit. I kind of have been like half noticing like, oh, I haven't had to clean that up in a while. It's because this thing's gone. Man. You know what I'm gonna do now? Or when I get another one? When I get another poop stone, we gotta put it in like one of these things. Oh, let me get the black hole wand. Man, that's stupid. Bunch of stupidness. Hello, Woat, by the way. I haven't really read much chat lately. I just wanna, you know, get started. Oops. Yeah, I gotta put the poop stone in something like this. And I guess, you know, Lim, that would count as probably the latest discovery, was that you can store gases as long as there's not a single pixel of anything else. No pixel of air. If there's one pixel of air, then the gas is going to disperse and despawn. But as long as you don't have any air in there, then it will last forever. Any gas will last in there, because gases have a lifetime, but that lifetime only, like, the gas converts to like a different state pretty much when there's no air next to a single pixel of it. So it becomes just a infinite version. I mean, the platforms might despawn and this might get out, so that will suck, but anyway. Yeah, so I need to put the poop stone in one of these things. And the eye too, when I find one again. In 20 hours. All right, let's go. Anyway, yeah, so I think I have a big theory or hypothesis or whatever about the Kiwi boss and how they made it so that he's stuck up there, like, but they have a down arrow too, made out of lava. And those are two dead leads in that whole quest line. They were both added at the same time, along with all the other temple stuff and cessation. But you have a boss that's just bound to the Y coordinate, and then you have a down arrow, like, taunting you to maybe move him someplace. Thought, like, the place that jumped out was the cauldron, of course, but then it could be someplace else. Maybe just move the rock boss to the, let's go this way. Which way do I want to go? Let's go back to Westworld. Yeah. Yeah. Look. I'm gonna just look in overgrown caverns. Maybe. Maybe we should go more than, well, I've already been in here, but I'm just hoping to find an eye again. Damn it. I just think it's funny because I went through all, like, 100, 120, 200 parallel worlds. I found a bunch of I found not a bunch. I found like 6 or 7 eyes, evil eyes. Haha, Siomas. And then I destroyed them all. Because I still think one of my favorite things is how the pus dissolves items. It's like so cool. I know it's kind of like it's not intended, I'm sure. It's a bug, but it's still cool that it does it. For a run this long, do you record everything and then just delete nothing recordings and save clips, or just clip things? I have all the streams that I've done uploaded to my other YouTube channel. You know, from the very beginning. Every stream of this I've done is up there. Anything I do off stream is off stream. I record stuff too, because I'm making a video about all the alchemy stuff, everything we discovered. It's gonna be, you know, I made a few little videos, but there's gonna be one giant video compiling everything. You know, how to make or how to get every material. Oh look, skull. How to make everything that has, you know, alchemy stuff. how to stabilize everything. Where am I? What am I doing? Trying to go, yeah. Some of the base buildy stuff. Well, no. What do you have against Freddie Mercury? What did I say that... Hey. Alright. What are the paper and the scissors bosses? Yeah, we should have them. I mean, the paper was the book boss. That's still in the game. That we just need to figure out how to spawn. I wish that I had this in the main world. I gotta chop up some gold to get that gold material. You know, there was the... Alright, what do I want to do here? It's so easy to just, like... Whatever. Wander while I'm chatting about things. Yeah, like but the scissors boss. Who's the scissors boss? Oh, you know what else I want to do? Reminding me of bosses. We need to go to the, what do you call it? I need to find the friend cave. I'm pretty sure my friend cave is the one near the... We haven't even gone there at all yet. I think my friend cave is the one near the, what do you call it? Frozen Vault. Oops. But we'll do that later. Ow. Wait a minute, where the hell am I? Oh. Wait a minute. Yeah. I forgot that I used the parallel world teleport wand and I wasn't just at the edge of the world. That's why I'm like wandering around. Like, huh? I was kind of lost. Because I wasn't, you know, when I'm talking about certain things while playing this, like I said, sometimes I'm not even paying attention to like the game at all. I'm just like wandering. Alright. Alright. Surely we'll find an eye in here, right? Yeah. I guess this is the new quest. It's so dumb. Damn it. I had 2 eyes, too. 2 evil eyes. Now they're both gone. From the same thing, just despawning over time. Ugh. And then, you know, yeah, then finding 6 or 7 of them while journeying around. That's a mimic. Parallel worlds. And just throwing them in the pus because I'm like, ha, I already got one of these. Damn it, man. Why is this game... It's always like, oh, you want to, like, make progress in this infinitely long run? Let's make it more infinitely long by making you repeat the same thing a million times. Yeah, I'm just gonna teleport to the next world up here. I know I didn't really look in here, but the chances of there being an eye in there are pretty low since I've been in this one so many times. Alright. Meh. I also wish that the, well, I don't know why I picked that up. I wish that the... Ooh. The little pip or whatever for the item radar wasn't blue. Wish you could change the colors of them or make them invisible if you wanted to. That would be so good. Should be in the options. You know, because then I would actually take these perks more often in other runs, like enemy radar and all that. I just hate having this crap all around my player character on the screen, just like dirtying up the screen with a bunch of crap everywhere. I don't know. Like, I don't even like having more shields. Like, I only have one shield, 2 shields. No, I have 1 shield perk because I don't like having a whole bunch of circles around me while I'm trying to play that are like kind of hazy, whatever. I think it's just too distracting. Wonder if I should grab that die. I don't think it's a bug. Maybe it's because items inherit from aluminium and pus dissolves that. Yeah, maybe not a bug, but like maybe not intended entirely, but something that I don't think, like, if they were doing like a bunch of bug fixes again, I don't think they would fix it. Nice. Because it's cool, and like, why fix it if it doesn't, you know? I guess like the worst thing that it does, like pus dissolving items, is that a lot of the items, pedestals, a lot of the items in Meat Realms will get dissolved immediately, because there's a lot of item pedestals that just spawn in the just formations of pus pools, and then flasks just break because as soon as the pus touches them, they weaken. Damn it, I wish I didn't have to do this. I really wish. I wanted to get some progress done today. Like, I was gonna kill... I was gonna make a sun. Alright, we gotta... I guess that's one thing that happens a lot to me now, or over time, is... if I'm gonna be experimenting with any items, I have to maybe make that a priority, because the items are not guaranteed to survive without despawning. Unless maybe that they're on the infinite platforms. That seems to really like stabilize everything. And I guess them despawning is probably because what? They fall into an unloaded chunk, or like they down warp or something. If you have still scared me, that one right there. The items like down warp or up warp like that, and then they get deleted from like the EDR or something, or whatever ground or whatever solid they fall into. All right. Do you think I have a higher chance of finding another refresh mimic? No. You think I have a higher chance of finding the evil eye in a Meat Realm or in here? There's a lot of chests in here, but this is just a very... well, I guess, you know, the Meat Realm is also volatile with the pus, but this place seems like more volatile with all the explosions happening ground being deleted, this acid everywhere, and then, you know, if there is an evil eye, or a chest containing an evil eye, then it could break from acid touching it, or an explosion, whatever, and then, it could fall into an unloaded chunk, and then blah, blah, blah. God, man. I really wish we could find that evil eye structure in every world, you know? Like, every parallel. To just get one on there. I don't think it would be a bad thing to have that, you know? Because this is like a very common thing with people losing their eyes or something by accident, and then people ask all the time on the Discords and stuff, like, how do I get another eye? Well, Junior, you gotta search for one, buddy. Good luck. Yeah, I've put aluminium in the cauldron, though. The thing is, though, how many kinds? I have all of them, but there are, I mean, obviously, there are all these, like, solid ones, but there is aluminium oxide molten, aluminium robot molten, and aluminium molten. Yeah, 3 different kinds. And then I have those, obviously they're checked off. But then, like, molten metals, how many molten metals? Just in-game, it's just called molten metal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? Alright. 6 molten metals, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 molten steels, of which I still need 2. Alright. Three box 2D, 3 molten. Only one of the box 2D kinds is obtainable. Yeah. Yeah, the robot aluminium, which I don't know if I have that recorded. So I gotta farm some more and record that, but you can get the robot aluminium and robot aluminium molten from... Hang on, I just gotta... Yes, I gotta pet it. Alright. Robot aluminium from these guys and from these guys. That's it. And then the pyramid boss is whatever. What would you say, Lim? The outer shell? Or like the pyramid boss's body is made out of regular aluminium, but it's impossible to obtain, as far as we know. Because yeah, even if you have the molten aluminiums, I think after even the robot aluminium, right, Lim? Once it's molten, when you reharden it, it turns into just what? Just generic molten metal sand or something? And while you're here, Lim, also, let me ask you this. Since there might be some materials that I can get that I don't need. Hey, Pippers, yes, it is possible for me to die. I'm gonna snooze the first ad break. Some talking. So, Lim. Regular metal molten. Do you know if that's possible to obtain outside of a chest? Because normally you get metal sand molten from melting metal. You get that one. But the regular molten metal, do any of the things that I don't have, do you know a way to get them outside of a chest? Because as far as I know, those can only be in a chest, but I don't know too much about that. And then the snow sticky. Okay. Snow sticky. How do you get that in? And I need lush soil as well. I thought I had that, but I guess I never got it. Maybe I broke it by accident or something. Or maybe it despawned somehow. Yeah. Definitely obtainable. It's the walls in Hisi base. Okay. All right. So we can get that now. We'll just get a bag and we can go get that. We're going up, right? Let's go up this way. Yeah, there's just so many things. Like when, you know, any new discoveries, now I can answer that more, maybe. I'm not sure. It's just like, you know, I just play and I document all this stuff, but you gotta understand that I'm not working on just this and I'm not working on just Noita. So like the space, the synapses I have left in my brain, they're all being used up by, you know, I'm working on a video essay about Buddhism and Rain World, like very, very like philosophical. So I've been like absorbed, like my whole mind is absorbed with like Eastern and Western philosophies. So I'm just like, bleh. So like, you know, and then Blueprints is coming out on April 10th, and I've been like hyper fixated on that. Some more. We still need to find a heart mimic in this world. So yeah, it's like, it's easy to forget because I just have so much on my mind at all times, and I know everyone does, right? But like, I have so much video game crap on my head, in my brain at all times that like, it's so squishy. It's easy to forget things, or just... That's why I do document everything, so I don't have to remember it all, you know? But I have a bunch of stuff recorded. I have a notebook filled with, like, alchemy-related stuff. And I just don't want to... I don't want to have to... Don't want to have to memorize that, so, like, I can't memorize all that. So if you ask me a question while I'm streaming about, like, some things, unless I just looked it up recently, but I'm, you know, probably not going to remember a lot of the more obscure things, you know. Because I do remember a lot of the obscure things, and there's no room for any others, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I know. I'd rather have an eye, though, because I'm going to need multiple eyes anyway. F-Disc. I know you can kill him without needing the eye. I don't feel like doing that, though. Unless I have to. Because you know, I need the eye. I need more than one. So, that sucks, but... If I can't find it in any decent amount of time by looking in these biomes, then I'm gonna have to teleport through Eastworld Meat Realms again. Because I went mostly through... Wait, let's go up here. I went mostly through Westworld Meat Realm, looking for the refresh mimic recently. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. My mind is filled with useless Noita. That was actually pretty well timed. Pretty well timed. I mean, I am a little jumpy already from being in Overgrown. Yeah, it was like one of the... Dunk made a video about the Forgotten thing. I think he discovered it, right? On stream. I'm sure maybe somebody randomly also did at some... years ago, maybe. That's like the egg strats thing. Like, technically I discovered egg strats, but then I didn't really notice what I discovered. We discovered that like right after, like very fucking long time ago, and then leave it to... It was it Daz community? Or no, it was Ho... Can't remember his name. But the Chinese community was like, oh yeah, so you can do this. What fuck, man? Not even Dunk. Someone in chat was like, whoops. Damn. All right. We don't need that. Words. Get out of here. The egg was so fun and just said, wait, weird on stream, and you hit new game. No, it was this. I still have the clip from ages ago. I think it's Noita egg or something. Maybe. About the eyes popping in. Or is it just egg? Eggception. Exceptional. Getting a PB or like a really good time. Egg wand. How nice. Imagine getting a really, really good speedrun
I was doing
time.
Random seed
speedruns. The beginning
speedruns.
of it is... Son of a bitch. I think this was in like 2020. Like right after 1.0. Or soon after. The beginning of
I wasn't even using a camera yet on stream.
Bug. We're in a new seed.
Anyway, blah blah blah.
The last seed.
So I just like, and then we didn't do anything with it, you know? Like I experimented a tiny bit, but it was like 2 years. 2 years later, I think the Chinese community was like, oh, by the way, here's some cool speedruns using this crazy ass egg shit. And I'm like, what? And then, you know, the rest is history. Gold. Kanga and others know, but never thought it was useful. Oh, about the Forgotten. Yeah, I think Dunk was streaming, and then somebody was like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then he went back. Okay. I stumbled upon the eyes the day they added them. I didn't realize what they were, thought it was a texture glitch. Yeah. Yeah, I found them too really, really early like that, and I was convinced. I was like, what are these? I don't remember. I don't know which stream it was. It's probably uploaded on YouTube somewhere, maybe, I hope. But then I forgot. I don't even remember the first like few theories and tests and stuff we were doing. Like not just me, but like a few of us who were like thought it was actually a secret and probably suffered too. Like there were a lot of, not a lot, but like the few people who knew about it in the beginning, because it was just like, yeah, like some people thought it was just a bug, and I forgot who. There was somebody big in the Noita community, not Dunk, not like somebody who, I don't think they were a content creator, maybe. I think it was just like somebody on the Discord who's like who was very active on the Discord. Maybe still is. I think they were just like, no, it's definitely, it's totally a bug. I mean, look at that. That doesn't even look good. I was like, I don't know. I don't think that's a bug. It's like some generation glitch. Like maybe the eyes are used internally to like generate a biome or something, and it just didn't do it correctly. Like whatever. All right. Schmeck. Yes. Yeah. So look at this. Look at the colored blood. I want to do that too. I think we need a better spot for it. I don't like the area that I kind of started doing that in, but I want to collect all of the different colors of blood. Let's get, no. Why am I looking here at this stuff? I don't know. All right. So the sticky snow sticky is only in Hisi base. It's not in here at all, as far as you know. There were some other spells I kind of remembered I wanted. All right. So it's the walls. So like just any of this. That's why it's... Oh my god. I wish we could get it in a flask, but I'll take what I can get. Let's make sure we're getting just that. Just hard to distinguish. Okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously that's sticky snow. So it's not any of the drifts. It's just the walls. Let's go over here somewhere. Maybe. Looks like the Noita has come through here. Who's blowing the place up? I mean, I don't even know. I didn't do that. That was just the world did that. Wasn't me. I don't know why I collect hearts still. It's so dumb. I don't need to. All right. So I guess if I pour this out, it's gonna, because that's, if I pour this out into one of my little test tubes, it's gonna remain as sticky snow. I hope. I guess we're gonna test that. Because I could have sworn I had sticky snow from the end of everything, and I looked at it in my save, you know, and I'm confirmed that it was snow sticky, and then just want to make sure I don't scoop up any of that. And then I poured it into the hole in the world, and then when I was setting up the transmutation engine, we realized, like, yo, that's just regular snow. It's not sticky snow. The hell? Okay. This is the forever alchemy world, yes. Steel. How do you know it's sticky when you've collected it? So the only way to know, well, there's a program that I have to install that Nekikwa made, but Windows Defender keeps blocking it as a virus, so whatever, I gotta tell Windows, like, hey, please download this, it's not a virus. But the only way to know, since it's just called snow, and there are a lot of materials like that in the game, and a lot of the rare materials, like, you know, in-game plant material, there's multiple plant materials, there's multiple grasses, so in-game it's just called grass, but in the code, or in your save, it's grass dry, grass darker, grass dark, blah blah blah, grass ice. And the same, like, all these molten aluminiums in-game, they're just all called molten aluminium, but they're actually different materials. And then the molten metals, blah 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 blah. There's a lot of things like that, and the only way to know is by opening your player file and searching for material inventory component. That's not what I want. Okay. And then the count 1000, is that pixels? So flasks can hold 1000 pixels, or 1000 something units of a material. And I think bags are probably the same. $1,500, snow sticky, baby. So that's how. So bags hold 1,500. Okay, good to know that. Schmeck. So that's it. Yeah, and so no mods. Let me make sure that. Okay. Oh yeah, and also I have the game. That's why it's so quiet. I drop the volume a bunch whenever I'm working. Like whenever I'm like, I watch people stream and I hang out on their streams and I just work on different things. I'm always, like, multitasking everything. You know by instinct. It's a slightly different shade of pure white. That one pixel, instead of it being this color blue, it's like slightly lighter. Nah, I think it's exactly the same looking. There's no way for it to stop being sticky, just easy to mix them up. Yeah. They shouldn't have done this thing with semi-secret materials that you have to look at the files to distinguish. Yeah. Yeah. I know. They should have just renamed. It was probably just they wanted to add a buttload of materials and then, you know. DM me the puref file, please. My actual this, like this actual file. Not the program. Oops, don't save that. I accidentally... like this actual whatever. Yeah. Okay. Are you here? Where are you? I gotta search for you. Woot. There you are. All right. Done. All right, now. So we got that. That's cool. At least we made some progress. I got a material that I didn't have. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me do this. So I don't forget. Control D. Snow sticky. Get out of here. We got you. All right, now I just need ice and lush soil in that category. Beautiful. Whoops. All right. Oh, and also in that file, I've accidentally like done that a few times, so I think there's probably, well, I don't know. Whatever. I've had to cross things off multiple times because I accidentally will like move one of these boxes and then the X will go underneath and I don't know how to like pop it back out to the foreground. So I have to, whatever. That might be what happened with the snow sticky. Maybe I didn't actually ever get it and I accidentally checked it off. All right, now let's go. I wanted to fucking, let's look for the friend cave. Let's go up. I wanted to fight a couple bosses, but, you know, can't have nice things. What are we doing? We are looking for the friend cave right now. Which is a lot easier to find now with boss health bars. Which is why I wish that they made the boss health bars only trigger or appear when you aggro the boss. Because I think it's cool that the friend cave is secret, just like you encased in rock. And you gotta like actually, I know like, people speedrunning are like, screw you. But, I think it's kind of not, I wish you had to actually enter the cave or aggro the boss for that health bar to appear, so that you didn't have to just go close by and then you see it. For any of the bosses, I think like the alchemist boss, like it gives it away for people who don't know that there's a boss there. Like my first experience, like when 1.0 first came out and we were streaming 1.0 for the very first time, when I stumbled into that room and there was a boss, I was like, holy shit! It, like, blew my mind. And now, like, anyone who's playing blind, they're just gonna see a health bar and be like, oh, there's a boss over here, like, that way. And it's not the same, you know, as getting jump scared by it, I think, and dying. Anyway, might have to open up. Let me look at Wote's map. Let's do this, because I don't remember where these are. Noita research. World. And so, where are we? So I think it's actually that one. It's not this one that is down there. In this world, in your world, Wote, it was. Okay, so it's not over here. It's right on the right side. All right. All right, Lim, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate ya. Come on, man, get out of my way. Okay, so yeah, it's not this one. So now we gotta go straight down pretty much, or maybe one chunk over and then straight down. Yeah. Or I guess basically like right here. Wee. Hopefully. Hopefully I don't miss this. Fury, you've been digging for an hour. No, it's not this one either. Wow. They didn't change it, right? Like there are friend caves in every parallel world still? Or did they change that because madmen like me were powering up the friend boss to like insane levels by killing multiple parallel worlds worth of little guys and then having like a friend boss that would just like one-shot anything? Okay, good. Alright, so it's not those. Interesting. Maybe it's this one. So let's go straight over from the Forgotten. Did I go too far up already, or...? Okay. Hey, AK, how you doing? You know, you're the only person. Not that it matters, but... Not that it matters. Also, the next fishing command hint. So the fishing command for free fishing. It's 2 words. As always, it's always going to be 2 words. The first word is... an instrument that starts with F. The second word, oh, see how, look at that. It's so cheesy that it pops up so soon. First word is an instrument that starts with F. Second word is a sea creature. And yeah, it's like how Violet typed it. It'll be exclamation point, word 1, word 2, as like 1 word, no spaces. Hello there. How you doing? Oh, did I kick you? I'm sorry. Oh, we get gourds too. That's right. Definitely want one of those. Cool. So we have Snow Sticky. We have a gourd. Look how cute these guys are. Aw. So cute. So cute. Look at them. They're the cutest. He's pissed. Okay, that wasn't satisfying enough because now I have no way of killing him. I don't have anything on me to kill him with, I think. No. I do need to make a wand for him. I don't know if I even have digging bolt in my lab. Gotta definitely grab a digging bolt. Anyway, buddy, I wish you were faster. Also, I wish we could stain you. Here, come here. Can you get stained by just swimming in it? I know he's got the material shield, you know, the material digger or thingy around him. Eater. But if you throw a flask hard enough... Oh yeah, he's stained. Yeah. Too bad you can't kill him anymore with just this and diminution. That made me so happy. You guys don't understand how happy I was that you could kill a boss in this game, besides Colmy, with just alchemy, just materials. You used to be able to... They patched it. I'm pretty sure Ali patched it. Because I demonstrated... I was working on an all bosses, no wands speedrun of Noita. And now that run is completely dead, I think. Because... you used to be able to throw... I used to throw a single flask, half filled with toxic sludge and half filled with diminution, throw it on his head from above pretty hard, and he'd get stained by both of those, and because of the diminution, the last damage tick would do enough to kill him. And you would just be able to kill him with just materials. It was so cool. I loved it. But now I think Ali made it so that that last damage tick won't, even with diminution, won't kill him. Like right now, he's not going to be able to die because we don't have diminution. But yeah. So I tried it again after that and like it didn't work. It was so cool being able to do that. And then I used to use the, what do you call it? That spell, Charm on Toxic Sludge, which Charm on Toxic Sludge has such little use. Yo! What's up? How you doing, guys? Welcome. Well, look at my forehead glittering in the light. Anyway. I mean, we could try poison. I'm pretty sure he patched it. I was just complaining about not being able to kill the friend boss anymore with just materials. Because you used to be able to... What's up, Mitchell? What's up, guys? Ziploc McBaggins, Veldak, Gregory. How you doing? Hope you had an amazing stream. What are you up to? Did you have success? Did you have success at increasing your... What do you call it? Look at him healing. Oh my god. I did it to you. You're win streaking. Anyway, yeah, I was just talking about how I was working on an all bosses wandless run a while back. I was just like theory crafting some of the best ways to kill all the bosses in the game using no wands. You know, like killing the forgotten boss by collapsing concrete on his head, and the same thing, you know, killing the master of masters, blah blah blah. Same type of thing, drowning him or whatever. Colmy is easy to kill with acid, you know. And I was going through every boss, and I think now... I'm not sure about the new bosses. This was before the new boss, before Taveri. I mean, not Taveri. Before Tapio's Vassal was added and Kiwi. But we used to be able to kill Taveri here with just, I would use 1 flask of toxic sludge, or like 50% toxic sludge, 50% diminution, and then the diminution would allow the toxic sludge to kill him. But then I think Ali patched that because I talked about it too much, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, but I guess we can try. You know, if anyone wants to try poison, I'm pretty sure it's the same. It's just been patched and you can't do it anymore. Blah, blah, blah. No, you can't kick him to death. And I mean, not just weak-ass normal Toveri. Like, Toveri after you kill all of the other Babs. All of the horror monsters. Anyway, so this is my alchemy run. We've been working on this. Been working on... Oh! Okay, yeah. Put it back to this. Been working on this run for like, I don't know, 2,500 hours now. Probably, at this point. Collecting every material in the game, doing a bunch of weird experiments with them all. Yeah, so the spell refresh mimic doesn't, when you mouse over it, it doesn't say spell refresh. Anyway. And I was going to... Well, I guess we can go to the Forgotten now. I probably already loaded him in, though, in this world. I had an evil eye. I had 2 evil eyes, but they're both gone. They despawned. So then I was like, oh, shit. I guess we gotta find another evil eye, but... You know, I know you can kill the Forgotten boss without it, but... just do that again. If you get a Necrobot, could you power up Toveri infinitely? Yes. Yes, you can. However, you have to make sure he doesn't see you, because he has that... Well, even... No. Is he like... He's not like Scott, where once Scott sees you, that's when it activates its material eater component or whatever, and it starts just digging through the world. I think... Doesn't Toveri always have it active? Maybe not. If he sees you at all, he's just gonna dig through the world after you. But as long as he doesn't see you, you can still do it. And yeah, I guess we're gonna do that now. Thank you. In my main world, I haven't killed him in the main world yet. So he's here, right? Which one? He was in this one for me. All right. So I'm just gonna bring a Necrobot to right here underneath, or maybe multiple Necrobots. Yeah. And then we'll try to just... See, the problem with that is killing the horror monsters. They're gonna, like, all destroy this area anyway with their explosions. I gotta think of a good way. Their explosions destroy every material, right? Like, will they destroy brickwork? If I somehow... You know, bring Toveri into a material that... Yeah, I think they'll destroy brickwork, too. What about the tree? What if I do, like, a Homebringer Wisp to teleport Toveri into the tree? I already dug into it, though. And yeah, that's what I've done in the past. That's what I was wondering about a while ago. Was like, can you still do that? And yeah. I did a run a long time ago where I just went through a bunch of parallel worlds, killing all of the horror monsters to power up Toveri to, like, just godlike, like, insane. And then I had him kill every boss. Until we got to the pit boss, and the pit boss just like laughed at him and then polyed him and then killed him immediately. Which was like really sad. Here we got like Toveri, like the god of gods, can kill anything without a problem. And then I bring him to the pit boss, the bridge boss, and just like he immediately died so quickly. I haven't tried this yet at all. Is it just any... So for the first, what, 6 frames? Let me dig down a little bit. Oops. I gotta go a little bit further down. Just so I can see. And then I didn't really... Look, it's a happy face. So what are we looking for here? There's like a certain... Is it the edge? So we know that we're in the middle. Yeah, wandless killing bosses. Power up Toveri, unleash Toveri. Yeah, it's true. Just keep him... All you need is a wand that has, like, rapid fire Homebringer or whatever. Is it this? Here, you know what? We'll look at Dunk's thing. God, shut up. Pie.
I have a clip here. You see it? Did you see it? Yeah, I didn't either, actually. But luckily, there's always the Paha Silma. Well, then people were trying all kinds of builds, and Indoor Cat was actually showing several gifs of.
See, I'm not doing a specific build
without the eye, so it is possible. And I've been trying out a couple different techniques, and I find these two stalactites to be very consistent. You drop between them while shooting an explosive wand.
I'm just gonna fire a damn nuke down. It's probably... We'll see what happens. It's this. Okay. Of course, my lighting is set oddly. Because I can't see shit. Right. Oh, that's too far. Is it too late? Did I go too far down? I don't see that shit. What are you talking about? Where are these stalactites? You have to be bald as well. It's got to be a Monday for it to work. It is Monday, thankfully. Wandless connoisseur strategy. Run. Run your ass off. No, there's actually a pretty cheeky way to do it without a wand. We're in a parallel world, so those stalactites not here. I can adjust my lighting in the game again, but I don't want to. I don't remember what the original lighting is. Background, I don't even see them really. I mean, because I'm using the cessation, you know, 320 -33. I've been using that ever since the cessation quest. Just to see if I notice anything anywhere else with that, but of course, hell no. Well... Okay, that didn't work. So we have to actually load him in. I don't think he was loaded in yet. Anyway. I'm doing well. Good morning to you. I guess I could have rapid fired these. Yep. Alright. Well, goodbye. Back to the game plan for a little while. Alright, whatever, we're right there. Do 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 do. One of the things, I don't know if Lim is still here. Lim had to go to work, and Lim was asking about discoveries. One of the things I recently discovered was these guys behave very strangely with necrobots. Or I don't know how it happened yet. I haven't experimented yet after it happened. So in my lab, I have my void liquid generator, and the void liquid generator, infinite void liquid generator, is built between two different chunks. So part of it is loaded in, part of it's not loaded in, so it leaks. And from it leaking, it's been digging a natural, from the void liquid leaking out of it slowly over time, it's been digging like a natural, like ripping the world apart, tectonic plates type of erosion type of thing is happening below it. And from that happening, and from more like toxic sludge leaking out of it, because I'm making the infinite void liquid with toxic sludge, infinite toxic sludge, infinite worm blood, and infinite fungus generators. From the toxic sludge getting out, it's making swamp when it hit the mud right here, because it's built... My lab is built here, you know, underneath the, this, mainly. So this whole thing is my lab. And from this being here, and this having mud at the bottom, toxic sludge touches the mud and makes swamp. So I had just this flood of swamp down my, like, elevator or whatever over here. And then right over here on this side of it, I have a collection of all the different enemies that produce different meats. All the different meat in the game. And they're all, like, locked in little holes, little black hole holes, pretty much. So they're prisons for eternity. And I have a necrobot nearby to revive them. So for when I want to start farming all the different kinds of meat, like, you know, stinky meat, ethereal meat, blah, blah, blah. Wiggling meat, worm meat. Meat of an innocent creature, blah, blah, blah. So I have a necrobot to revive everything. One of the creatures there, in order to get the worm meat, obviously, I like how that's animated. It's cool. I never noticed that. The lamprey don't dig, you know, like every other worm digs. And let's see real quick. Schmeck. All of the enemies that are composed of worm meat. It's funny that the Hure is the wraiths. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, even like these things, they end up Lukey. Any Lukey in the game, as you can see from like the regular spiders, you know, if you load in and then you come back, you can see that they can be in the middle of the wall all the time without digging into it. And Colmy does the same thing. So it seems like anything that has that Lukey AI can just phase right through solid material. And the same thing is true for the leggy mimics, because the leggy mimics can walk right through walls. It doesn't matter, like they're not there. And I've encountered that a lot in this run. So anyway, worms dig, and I have feared by worms, so they're not gonna like actually dig and destroy the world, but they still, you know, they still dig. This is the only thing that doesn't. Anyway, this is so I used one single lamprey I brought, and I had it contained there. So anyway, there was this big calamity with a flood of swamp getting in there and drowning, repeatedly drowning all of those enemies, and the Necrobot just kept reviving them. But lamprey can breathe underwater, so they didn't die. Or like the one lamprey I brought there didn't die. But the Necrobot was still duplicating it, still reviving it, as if it did. So I have a million, I don't even know how many, I think maybe, it was doing this for hours. Yeah, so we duplicated lamprey. And I swear also, and everyone, you know, all of you guys, if you've played Noita for any length of time, it always feels like hammies do the same thing. Because it's like you find like a pile of them, and it always seems like there's just more. You'll be in an area in the mines, and you're like, I was just there. How are there more hammies there? And then you come back, and there's even more. You're like, I swear they're duplicating, and they might be. Yeah. I mean, you could duplicate Colmy as well. Wait, let's go to... Yeah, let's go further. One more world over. Yeah, so the lamprey you can duplicate, or at least I did it. I don't know if you have to do anything special, but it was basically just an accident, and all these creatures drown. The Necrobot was reviving all these other creatures, and then the lamprey can breathe underwater, but it got duplicated as a result. So I hit the entity limit there, and I just have, like, whenever I get rid of some... Here, let me just go back. Whatever. Since I'm talking about this, and I gotta probably... How many worlds over was I? One more, I think. We're still in West? How many did I go over? I hope I didn't... Really? I mean, I shut the game down, so I didn't remember going that far. Alright. But it always seems like hammies, like, can duplicate, because it's always like, you always see more of them. Like, what the hell? Because I know they have that habit of just stacking up, making little piles or whatever. Oh, look. I forgot I had those in there. Why do you have a flask of pee inside the tree? Because of course we do. And then, you know, another thing, when you do a really... Oh, nice. Because it's not animated anymore. It looks like regular snow. When you do a really, really long run, these entities duplicate, and you start getting a flood. The Great Flood. Nice. Oh! I thought it was drill. I forgot. I think I still need digging bolt. Oddly enough. So I want to build a wand to kill Toveri. Well, that's part of the run now, too. We're gonna make the most powerful version of Toveri we can. It's a huge... Just kill so many... I mean, I've already started the process, I guess. All right, let me check these. I probably... Oops. All right. We only need one. Let's make sure I remember that that's there. Nah. Did I just do this? Did that just happen? Speaking of duplicating things, that's not the best. Why couldn't it duplicate something cooler? Oh. I mean, I guess we can bring a bunch of worm crystals to the lab. That's a little bit too close to home. Come on, man. Please don't tell me we just fucked everything up. Okay, whatever. So everything, or a bunch of things in that last, or that holy mountain have been duplicated. I mean, check the Colmy area. I mean, this Colmy area. Ugh. So yeah, what was I talking? Oh yeah, this. So what ended up happening is, like, this happens and you see, because half of it's loaded in from Colmy being here and half of it's not, so it leaks out, and from the void liquid, from it making void liquid and then the void liquid leaking out from time to time, it creates, you know what void liquid does, blah blah blah, it does all this, but it's also creating this giant chasm as well. Like, I didn't dig this at all. It's just forming automatically. And from that happening and then this, all this swamp and peat. Look at this. How did the void liquid get here? It's crazy. Anyway, from that, all this swamp came out, and I guess from, you know, this is the edge of a chunk right there. From things being loaded in memory and other parts not being loaded in memory, it piled up. And it ended up drowning. All of these enemies were drowning repeatedly and being revived by the Necrobot. There was one lamprey. Now we have a bunch of lamprey right there. And sometimes, see, they move a little bit like that. Sometimes they move and I don't want them. Like, this guy was being attacked by one of them, or by a million of them, and I had to fix that with Homebringer, and, or, you know, dump them down here. And so now, all the way down in the Colmy arena, I have a moat with lamprey in it. Pretty much. What's up, Hash? How you doing? So yeah, I don't know how many lamprey we have, but I think just several hours worth of them duplicating. However, I don't know how fast they duplicated, but I guess as fast as everything else was dying and being revived by the Necrobot. So then, because they breathe underwater, the Necrobot got confused because it was reviving everything else, and so they just got duplicated a bunch. What's up, Anubis? Yeah. 2 videos by Odd Header. Whatever. Yeah, the last video about Tunic. And then he also, or they also mentioned to me, they made a video and they had the eyes from Noita in it like a couple years ago. And I was mentioned in that video. That's cool. Good stuff. All right, so we have Snow Sticky. Let me put that where it, in its new home. I wish that this I gotta rebuild this shelf because I don't like how there's like a little hole right here that these things fall into. I'm just waiting for one of them, two of them to like break. Even though they're just powders and this is, yeah, powder, well, the grass, we'd lose a bunch of the grass. Anyway. Thank you. The eyes from Noita, totally a meme. I don't know. I don't know about that. Herb. I guess we're putting it here. Just gotta get rid of all this moss. Gross. Where's my other snow? Oh. Why did what did I do? I had it here. Whatever, we might... I guess having it right next to normal snow means that it's harder for us to tell what it is, since it looks exactly the same. So alright, here we have Snow Sticky. Beautiful. And, oh, look at that. Look how it acts. I hate that. It acts like sandstone and stuff. Gross. I guess that's an easy way to tell that it's sticky snow and not normal. Because it sticks to things. Look at that. Bam. Imagine that. Sticky snow is actually sticky. Alright. No. I could fix this, but whatever, it's fine. I'm not gonna, like, spend an hour trying to get no air pockets. Alright. Cool. Yeah. The instrument begins with an F. But I didn't say it was a musical instrument. Could be forceps or something like that. That's an instrument. You know, there's a lot of different kinds of instruments. Oh, man. Alright, we doing anything else right now? I don't feel like going through parallel worlds looking for evil eyes. You know what I'm gonna do here, maybe? Let's see what happens if I put this gourd right here. Oh, don't. We bruised it. Alright. Let's see if that lasts. A little experiment to see if one of those, if the mimic clips into it and then they both die, or, you know, they both get destroyed. Alright. I want to experiment with this, but not, like, underneath anything over here. Maybe I can get another one, and then... What happens if you cut this with a Lumi? Does it just immediately trigger it? Because I want to collect the material that this is made out of, but I obviously don't want it to, like, go off. Imagine if I cut this into a bunch of different pieces, and then each one of them created, like, a... Each one of them triggered. Oh, shit. Alright. It's gonna drop this right here, so I... Well, over here. So I remember to mess around with it. Blop. And then, yeah, We gotta use this wand for something I found in a End of Everything. Got a 5040 mana wand. Alright. A welding instrument? We know it's flute. Wouldn't be so sure about that.